Well, howdy there, folks. James from Political Friar coming to you again. I got the University of Oregon hat on, so we're going to talk about a political topic tonight, and we're going to not talk about Donald Trump's speech at the RNC. I mean, there really wasn't any news there. There wasn't any news from the speech from J.D. Vance. So we're going to talk about something that might actually be more significant than either of those expected speeches, and that's the continued, quite orchestrated, clearly intentional campaign to get Joe Biden to drop out. Those who have been following the headlines in the mainstream media very closely know that Joe Biden is now considering the need for him to drop out. This is a result of a pretty predictable escalation ladder. I mean, it started with rumors, and then it started with lower level folks saying please drop out, some no name congressmen, and then it started with some more name congressmen, most recently Adam Schiff, who say drop out. And now you get some rumors about the real heads of the party saying drop out, which is Pelosi and, oh, gasp, Obama saying maybe you shouldn't run again. And you are starting to see a bit of a drumbeat. This is a strategy which has been used previously by people who are in marketing and people who understand how to run a public relations campaign where you just drip, 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 drip until you get the outcome that you want. And it's got a real two-sided benefit. It's got a benefit for the folks who are directing this strategy because they get what they want. They get, in this case, Joe Biden to drop out, or whatever is the target of their public relations strategy. It might be Claudia Gay resigning from her position as president of Harvard. This isn't an odd thing, but we're seeing it at a really, really high level because the other advantage is that the target of the strategy gets what they want too. They don't want to be humiliated. Uh, Joe Biden, he needs an excuse to drop out. He needs to have taken the excuse that he built in for himself, which Brett Stevens very reasonably described in the New York Times yesterday, that he implicitly promised to be a one-term president. But once he broke that promise, he needed another excuse. And the other excuse is weirdly the same one that Calvin Coolidge, yes, Calvin Coolidge, 1924, we all remember that, don't we? Calvin Coolidge did not run for president, even though he was a one term president. He let Hoover run for president instead. And the reason was because he was subject to a similar public relations campaign from his own party saying, don't do it. Don't do it. You said you'd be a one term president. Calvin Coolidge took over from Harding when Harding died. And when he thought about being a two-term president, the Republican Party said, don't do it. Well, the Democratic Party is doing something similar now. And so we should expect probably the next thing will be more and more and more senior Democrats coming out officially. I mean, every senior Democrat has come out in leaks saying, Joe, get out. But more officially will start coming out. And Obama will be the coup de grace if Biden doesn't leave sooner. I expect Biden will actually probably choose to drop out before that comes to the Obama level. But when Obama says, "Hey Joe, listen, it's time to move on to somebody else," it'll be a death knell for the Biden campaign. I am saying that not because Joe wants to, but because there is enough power around Joe that he will not end up as the Democratic nominee. Go ahead and write it down. I'll take your $5 bets. Joe will not, in the end, be the Democratic nominee for president. If I'm wrong, well, shoot. I guess I'm wrong. And I think that's probably right. Anyway, it's just a thought. Leave me a comment in the area down below. Hit that like button if you haven't subscribed already. Subscribe. There's also, you know what? There's this funny thing, the share button. If this gave you any information, just share it with somebody who you think might get some more information from it. All right. I'll talk to you soon.